Hello, hello, Libra. Welcome to your May 2018 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Libra. Okay, and I am using an animal spirit deck today, so I hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you do, if you're wondering which decks I use, I list them all out in the description section, so you can scroll to the bottom of that. And I have listed out all of the decks that I'm using. And because I am using so many animal and plant cards, if there's a specific animal that stands out to you, I'm going to encourage you to go look up the symbolism or the animal totem for that, because there might be additional information for you there if there's a specific animal that stands out in this reading. Okay, now let me start off with the truth bomb for you. That's what the name of the deck is called. I know that might sound weird, like what did she just say? It's the Danielle Laporte truth bomb decks. So for Libras, we have keep it pointed to where you want to go. All right, do not get distracted. Well, that's easier said than done, but try to focus on what you do want rather than getting derailed or getting sidetracked as much as you can. So quarter one. This is also about intentions when it comes to manifesting. So when it comes to, like where you're focusing, that's going to grow. So make sure that you remember that. If you're focusing on doom and gloom, it will grow. If you're focusing on manifesting partnership, it will grow. Even if it takes a while, it's going to evolve. And then the affirmation card I have for you is positive thinking. Here we go. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want. And I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. I like this one. And it really is. It's about what do you want your head to be filled with. You want to surround yourself by more of that rather than less. And so you can do that through affirmations, you can do that through mantras, you can do that through the books that you read, the media that you surround yourself with. Like, hey, if you want to scare yourself really bad, go turn on the news, right? So it's just about what you want to fill yourself with. Clean out your social media. That's another good one. Okay, anyway. So the central energy for Libra this month is the Chariot. Discipline, determination, making things happen, getting things going. So this is a nice solid foundation for you to build off of this month. And you're progressing. You're making things happen. You're moving forward. You're doing the things that you want and need. So this is a really great thing because it's funny how keep it pointed where you want to go, and you can see that there's a literal reference to that happening in this card. So take that one seriously. What you have shifting out this month, golden egg. That represents the heart chakra. So with this, what I would say is the traumas, the heartaches, the emotions that you may have been burying are leaving. So this is a positive thing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, interpersonal relationships, and connection with those that you care about. Anything that no longer serves you that's sitting in your heart center is going to leave. It's going to be processed out, and it looks like you are heading in a direction that you do want that's more in alignment with you. Sometimes we do need to do some clearing out when it comes to the ways of thinking that no longer work for us, as well as the belief systems and the pictures that we're holding inside of our energetic body. And so it looks like all of that is moving away so that you can create space for more of what you do want. The oncoming energy is Mouse. Okay, so this is all, it reminds me of the raccoon card in this deck actually, which is about resourcefulness. And when you think about mice or a mouse, it really is something that can be more on the grounding side of things, but they're also, it's a little bit frantic as well. So I'm going to clarify this because I'm getting a little bit of that like frantic energy from this card. So let me see what's going on. Seven of Swords. Yeah, so it's about moving away from the things that you need to clear out. And you have the glyph for Saturn is sitting right here. And so what that means is that if you're taking on too much, or if you're taking on a lot of things that aren't in alignment with you, it might cause some overwhelm. And so I would say make sure you're putting your attention on what you want. That is what this entire reading is pointing to right now. Keep it pointed where you want it to go. Positive thinking, letting go of old pictures and belief systems that no longer serve you. And then you have Rhino sitting right in the center about determination and discipline. And so I think that this isn't necessarily going to happen, but this is conditional. You have to remember that if you are out of balance with what you want to make happen, then it could result in some feelings of being scattered or having taken on too much. And so if you just set aside the things that don't work for you, if you just do a little bit of clearing in your space, especially when it comes to relationships, it's going to make this a lot easier, and you're going to be able to sort through things and recalibrate faster. So let's see what this is, what you can call on this month. This is what you can work towards, where you can put your focus. Zebra. Okay, so hold on. I want to clarify this one too, because it's interesting. There's something about expression, being yourself and owning what you want. That's coming through big time for this card. The Hermit. You have to reflect on what you want. Libras, I've seen quite a few Libras get trapped in people pleasing quite a bit. And so the zebra, when you think about that, it is really loud and expressive and, bold. Like that's what zebras represent. And so the Hermit is saying you need to reflect on what it is that you're looking to become. What direction do you want to go in? Until you answer that question, things might feel a little bit discombobulated. Okay, so hold on to that vision. Make sure you're focusing on what you want. I'm going to say that probably a couple more times. Okay, so in the subconscious, this is what's helping you underneath the surface. Turtles, so you are making progress whether you see it or not. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels like things aren't moving, turtles are strategic. So the way that I think about that, they do have a process, they do have a flow, they do have things that they do that really support the entire species and what have you. And this is about you kind of honoring this about yourself. But again, you have to stay pointed in the direction where you want to go. And as you do that, it doesn't matter the pace as much as what are you doing to get there. And your actions need to be congruent with what you want. Okay, so here's the timeline. We have the first quarter of May, or the first week. 7 of Coins. This is about connection. I know that generally that's not what this card means, but the imagery on this card is very, very different. This reminds me of a 6 of Cups. It has a 6 of Cups feel. So it looks like you are building. There's a lot of heart-centered stuff. I don't know if you can see that heart that they've buried right there. And so this really is about you feeling connected and aligned, and this is where you start to discover really what is your heart wanting you to do. What are you feeling? What are you feeling is right for you? You know, just asking yourself that. And then quarter 2, we have fear. Okay, so 9 of Swords. Everything's okay. I don't know if you can really see, but see these are scary, but if you just look up, you do have hope. You do have things that you can draw on and resources. This is natural. People forget that things are not just always on the up and up, and things are not just always down in despair. And watch somebody comment, I've been having such a hard time for years and years. I haven't got a break. Okay, but that's why you have to work on that. You have to work on the internal game. It really is about what are you doing to process through this. Nobody's life is just straight up easy. It's all relative. And so as long as you are doing the internal work that you need to, that's really going to support you moving forward. And this is a testament to that. It's kind of like things are really, really great coming together. You're feeling aligned. And then as you reach that threshold, you might experience fear, and that's okay, because that means that you're just being met with feelings that you can work through and that you can challenge so that you're able to evolve and grow. You are not going to grow unless you have negative emotions. You just won't. The only way that you can challenge yourself is if you do reach roadblocks emotionally, and so that's okay. You just have to work through it. Quarter 3, we have Death. Boom! I love seeing this card after the 9 of Swords. Love it, love it, love it. Because this is saying that things are changing. Now, the Death card is about rebirth as well. It's about moving forward into a new paradigm of experience. And because you do have that in the 3rd quarter, what it's showing is that you have a huge potential to make a huge breakthrough in May regarding the 9 of Swords. Now you can challenge your old belief systems, you can work through them, or you can stay small. The choice is up to you. It's all your decision. You have free will. You do what you want. But let's see where you're leaving off the month, the final quarter of May. 6 of Swords, moving on. So this is similar to the Death card. It just looks like there's a continuation of that energy. So let me see. I'm going to pull one more clarifier for the 6 of Swords. Page of Swords. Yeah, so it requires new ideas, ingenuity, initiation, and again, point to where you want to go. It is not about how fast you get there. It's just about staying the course, heading in the right direction, and then doing things that are I just dropped a bunch of cards, and then doing things that are in alignment with you and what you want. That really is what needs to be focused on this month for you. And I would say that it's like you're heading towards land, right? That's the other meaning of the 6 of Swords, is that you're heading in the right direction. You're going somewhere, and you just have to, again, stay the course. Okay, and then one more card here. Oh my God. Okay. So also this deck is a little bit different. It has one word and then 3 phrases that go along with it. So you can pick a card, you can wait for me to flip them over and just wait for the phrase to, prick up your ears, whatever the case may be. It's totally up to you how you use these if you're new to my channel. But so you can decide what you're gonna do with these. I'm gonna pull the relationship cards. This is for you if you are in partnership currently. Man, there have been like 5 signs that have got this card. Solidarity. I respect the power of solidarity and look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has something tough, I'll heed their often silent but sometimes loud and whiny call and participate in the toughness with them. Everything is easier when a partner, cohort, sidekick joins you. The only thing that's not easier is feeling resentment, which I suppose is the overall point. Okay, so empathy. That was brought up in this card as well. Empathy matters. And when you get to a point of conflict or tension or frustration, if you're able to match it with empathy and see through their lens, it is going to make a world of difference in the way that you manage conflict and frustrations. Now, if you are not in partnership, we have boundless love. Ooh, I haven't pulled this card yet. Today, I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again, with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. So lead with your thoughts. Like, that is a huge theme for you this month. Lead with your desires, lead with your thoughts, lead with your inspirations. You have to start there. That is the tipping point for you. So make sure that you are bringing that into your space so that you can become a magnet for the right relationship opportunities. Okay. Now, card number 1, we have trust. Let's see if this will focus. Maybe. Ask your guides, act faithfully on their messages. Call forth the best in others through your attitude, energy, and expectations. Know that you are supported. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I've been doing quite a few of these. Okay, so again, I always like to bring this up whenever trust or surrender comes up. It takes practice. So don't beat yourself up if you're having a hard time with it. It is a practice. So you can ask if it helps you to kind of displace the focus onto a guide or celestial being of some sort. You can do that. But then you can also shift your attitude and expectations, and then the external experience might be different as a response. Okay, offer. Speak up about your offering. Up-level your inner story about the value of your work. Listen for what others are seeking from you, then deliver from a place of alignment. Okay, so this is really about what do you bring to the table. Focus on that and keep that in mind because you do have a lot to offer, and make sure that other people are matching that as well. That's just an aside that I was getting. And card number 3, Spirit. Connect to your highest good. Remember that you are an eternal being in a physical body. Call on your otherworldly support. Everything you truly need is at your disposal. And so this is another place where you can practice trust, is that if you're asking for things, you can trust that they're going to be delivered, even if you don't know how, even if you don't know when, they are going to come your way. Okay, so that is all that I have in terms of the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, if you are looking to work with me one-on-one, all of the links are in the description box. This deck that my friend created, I do have a link in the description box if you would like to purchase one of your own. The campaign was fully funded and she is keeping it available for purchase for a little while longer. So go ahead and jump on that if you like these cards. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you would like to watch me live and get more content. Okay, so I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.